press record. That's that done. Right. Oh, would help if I had the show notes up as well, wouldn't it?
I was going to say, if you taking the reins, yeah?
If you want me to take the reins, I
Yeah.
sure.
Might as well. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Podcast stuff. Is one having a seizure down there?
I don't know how to bloody. Oh bollocks! I'm with my coffee over there.
Coffee at this time of night?
Yeah, I'm not old like some people.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able
Oh,
to
but you're
sleep.
not. Fuck it, I'm going as well then. Back in a minute. Sleep down in his zone.
Hi guys, welcome to Xbox Tavern. It's just me.
Also, it has the adverse effect. It tends to make me a bit more sleepy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
What coffee does?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
You doing?
That's the only thing that wakes me up in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Function.
That's
need-
my double espresso. That's the one that wakes me up.
I only drink it because I like the taste.
I do it to function.
What are you drinking?
Coffee.
I was going to be really vulgar.
We've lost Boss though.
I'll be a bit of coffee.
At what point did he join? Because he might mess up the whole thing. That's really going to irritate me.
Might just be disconnecting, reconnecting.
Trying to find a way you leave the review on podcasts on iPhone. I cannot find it for the fucking life of me.
On iPhone.
I think
Yeah.
I
Keep
had just
scrolling all the way
today.
down.
On which bit?
Well, go on to Xbox Tavern, and that'll have all the episodes.
Yeah.
Scroll down,
Yeah.
and then it should have the reviews that are already on there, right?
No, it does not.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go to the. Yeah, you should see that.
What app is that using?
Oh, this purple one.
It's cold.
The Apple Podcast app.
one, yeah. Ah, okay. Yeah, I see it.
Okay, and then obviously find Xbox Tavern.
No, I've got it. I've got it.
You got
What's
it,
your
okay.
background?
Who's?
You have to be more specific.
Anyone in particular?
I think he's lost. He's given up. Shut down. Quickly, Ross can't hear us. Say all the shit about him you can. Quickly.
You're saying Ross knows the bit about you saying you diddled his wife before his anniversary.
Oh, when Dan shagged his wife.
Oh, hang on. Why does he put stuff in chat? Does he know that I can't? Oh, thank you for the follow. The zucchini zone.
Hello. Hi, welcome to the madness.
Yes, this is how the sausage is made.
Did
Not very well.
you say zucchini?
Uh-oh. Someone can't read.
Someone wants an aubergine emote. That's what he wants.
I
Udi
did-
zone, didn't it say?
Udi. Oh, listen, I can't. Why are we letting me host this? I can't read.
Why are you hosting it? Oh, Ash Ketchum.
Isn't it a courgette anyway, you yank?
Yeah, courgette and aubergine, not
Yeah.
eggplant.
I'll give you my eggplant. Why am I hosting it? I think Jamie will fill you in.
It's
Maybe he wants to fill me in. That's a bit weird.
Does that mean he's going to beat him up?
Ian, you know, well, I'll beat you or something.
Oh, kinky.
An egg?
what now?
Right, there we go.
Right. Okay. Just double.
Baby, it's cold. You got that song in my head now, Ian.
Oh,
He was singing Christmas songs.
That's what I said to him. Why are you singing?
Ian, it's like I don't even like Christmas songs. It's stuck in there now.
snow
Don't
is
blame me
falling
for Christmas.
all around me.
You
Can
started it.
I'm just going to check that we can hear everybody.
Yeah,
Hello?
Pete's done the honours. He said he can hear us all now.
Only person I haven't heard is Ross. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Awesome. Well, that's that done. All right. Don't need to do anything else. We tweeted out.
Oh no. I'm
Hang
on the
on.
case.
No, that's all right. I've pressed the button. It's done.
Technology, eh?
Yeah, you see, that's all I had to do. I'm going to see if it's come out, though, because I'm not too sure.
You need to make sure your cough is in between 15 and 16.
Oh yeah, make sure.
Oh, no, that didn't work.
The audacity of that cough.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
What's this? Oh, what's? Sorry, Dan. I need
Yeah.
recording duties.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That cap's affecting his memory.
Oh, God, he started coughing again. Remember to mute yourself, you cougher.
Got his stinking cap on.
Open wide, Jamie.
What?
Jamie, open wide.
I think it's funny how my hats you can read normally, but Jay's is such a big head it looks stretched.
Pixelated.
Could probably.
Go ahead.
Jay's wide head has made it gone like that.
I thought my head was big, but no, Jamie's.
Yeah.
It's just it's seen some use, isn't it?
What, your head?
Yes. Yes.
He's a battering ram in his spare time.
That's it.
If I could remember what the dinosaur is that does headbutts, that would be him. Right, okay.
Don't you start calling me old as well? Fucking hell.
I'm the oldest here. That's the worst part of it.
Only like by age.
True. In spirit, I'm right up there with you.
Right, okay. So, are we ready to start this?
I think so. Did it work? Is it out?
Is it
The
working?
tweet.
Yeah, I've got both my phones playing audio annoyingly loud on both phones.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought
so
I'd
it's you
just
I
hear.
can hear. It's you I can hear if I can.
No, you might have to. I'll do the tweet. Hang on.
Say
Okay.
Dan.
I can do it. I'm on it if you want.
No, go on then.
Are you saying you can hear my phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, move them out of the way then. How about now?
No.
They are on the floor. Suppose you can just join
What
via
did
their website.
what does everyone think of the new background?
Where?
It's not really that new. I just made it instead of neon green, just a wee bit darker.
Yeah, well, it is new because we've lost Xbox Tavern podcast up the top. We've just got the logo. Someone has changed the borders for your cameras.
Oh, yeah.
Including Twitter handles.
Very nice. Very nice.
I can still hear whoever's phone that is.
Sorry, that was me. I just held mine up to the mic while I was having a look.
I was about to say, it's not me that time.
Yeah, it's Jamie, not me, because I was on mute.
Okay, right, okay. Is everyone happy? Oh, where's he going?
Wow. Got to spend an evening with you, so debatable.
Okay, right. I'm going to
And
start.
Scotland are playing as well, so it's probably not going to end as a good night for me either.
Well, you've got the
It
drink.
can't be worse than Ireland losing to Luxembourg.
This is very true.
Yes, I had two sports today. Football. Yes, for the win.
Woohoo.
Right, okay. I'm starting the show. Here comes the intro.
Shall I push record then?
Yeah, in...
Point to him.
I don't even know what
point.
button I press. I can't. Yeah, I'll just point. Well, no, I'm hosting the show now, so I don't need to point.
Well, you need to point for me to push the record button.
Press it now. I'll edit that part out.
You edit? Okay.
Ooh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of Xbox Tavern's Xpod Taverns podcast. I'm your host, Dan, and joining me this week is Jamie,
Hello.
Ross,
Hello.
Graham,
Evening.
and unfortunately Ian.
Hi.
How are we doing, gentlemen?
Spiffing.
Very well, sir.
Not bad, Ash Ketchum, how are you?
For those of you listening via audio, I'm wearing a hat and it's backwards.
And it looks lovely, in my opinion.
I think I look pretty cool.
Oh, A1, definitely.
Hey, well, take on me. Right, let's jump straight into some housekeeping before you guys batter me some more. We are live each week on Twitch. Please head over to twitch.tv/Xbox Tavern. Give us a follow. And also, if you're listening via audio on your podcast apps, please leave us a review. Rate us. Apple Podcast is preferred. 5 stars as always. And we'll read those out during the show. So thank you. Do you guys want to dive into the topic of the week straight away?
Why not? Eh?
Yeah,
Why
go
not?
for it.
Start.
Why not? Unfortunately, I missed almost all of this, so I'm going to need a lot of help from the person who watched it the most. So, it was the ID at Xbox showcase. Guys, tell me about it. What happened? Who liked it?
There was some video games shown, I think, weren't there?
Yeah,
Video
One or
games.
two.
Just a couple.
just a couple. How did people think it went?
It's one of those
didn't-
ones where it was like games, like, okay, these games. How do I feel about these games? I'm not too sure, really, because will I play them?
Yeah,
Maybe.
you will, though, won't you? Because there'll be Chivos.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm not gonna lie, I hadn't heard of most of the games, but when I seen that Stalker was there, the ear sort of pricked up a little bit when I seen Stalker. So that piqued my curiosity.
They didn't show too much of that, though, did they? They just showed some sort of tech demo kind of thing, wasn't
Just the name of it was enough to make me go, oh, hold on, this is right up my street. I loved the first Stalker game, so I was quite happy to hear that.
I'm quite interested in Stalker at the moment, just for the hype surrounding it. But this whole showcase, it was 4.5 hours long. Am I right?
It was a biggie.
Something stupid like that, because I tried to catch up with it on Friday night, and I watched maybe 6 or 7 trailers, and then I saw that it was 4.5 hours long. I was like, nope, I'm out. I'll just
Because I was like, I missed the first hour. I'll try and catch up to it, and then looked like, oh, this is still going. Okay, I'll come back to it in a minute. Oh, it's still going. Okay, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll watch a bite-sized bit with all the games.
Yeah. Oh, and it's still going. Yeah, I saw there was a little bit of backlash about how long it was.
wasn't there some about how it was like basically a set of streamers streaming stuff rather than a showcase as well?
Yeah. So what I've led to believe from what I've seen online, it was show the trailer and then cut to a set of streamers streaming it, and then them talking about the game a tiny bit, as opposed to I suppose at the moment we all really want kind of like a Nintendo Direct style showcase where it's just like game trailer. All right, have a little chat about this game trailer, and then just keep going. I suppose from what it sounded like, it was trying to be an E3-esque showcase, maybe.
Yeah, but for indie games rather
Yeah.
than yeah.
Which is sad, but it's okay. So Ross, you were saying Stalker 2 piqued your interest. Was there any other games on there that you fancied?
I haven't been through the full list to have a wee look at them. I put it in the Discord the other day that indie games tend to sort of just fly past me, which is a bit of a shame because I'm sure there's some absolute gems out there. But Stalker was a name that obviously had been popped up before on Xbox, so that was one that piqued my interest. So I'll have to have a wee nosy back and have a wee look at the other ones and see if anything else comes up that I quite like the looks of.
Did you say you played the other Stalker games?
Yes, I've played the previous ones, yeah.
I tried to get into them way back when I had a half decent PC, but I got maybe 2 hours into the first one and I kind of gave up with it.
It's a steep learning curve.
Yeah.
It's not one for the faint-hearted. You have to be willing to put in quite a bit of time to learn how everything works and then enjoy it. You can't just go in thinking from the get-go that you're going to enjoy this game. You need to suffer. It's like DayZ. If you start DayZ for the first time, you look at it and you go, nope, not
Oh
playing this
god,
game.
I hate Daisy with passion.
And then you learn how DayZ works and you go, oh, it's actually quite a really good
No,
game.
No, Daisy's
I
gone.
learned how Daisy worked, and it's still a terrible game. No, that's one game I absolutely hated. When I
So
first,
we'll all be looking forward to Rust in May then.
Yeah, you said about having a server. I'm willing to give it a go if it comes to Game Pass, but I'm not sure otherwise.
Yeah. Rust's good fun, but yeah, it's very brutal.
Yeah, that's not a game for me. I'm like Ian. I played a little bit of DayZ. I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm out. I can't stand it.
Yeah, God, it was a dreadful game. I absolutely hate it with passion.
Yeah, not good at all. Graham, what about yourself? Is there anything that tickled your fancy?
I had a look through the list when it sort of popped up. It's about all these ones coming into it. But it's one of those you don't know. You don't know if you're going to enjoy it unless you have a taste of it. So them coming to Game Pass means you're going to get to taste a few that you wouldn't normally play. So it's just almost like a little res taste on Game Pass, which is a nice touch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd prefer obviously to go out to res to do this kind of thing, but doing it from home seems to be the way forward for the time being.
The time being.
I think so. What about yourself, Jamie? What were you?
Well,
This
I had
is
like I said,
you,
I had-
isn't it?
this is up my alley, which is why I wanted to catch up with it. But as I said, once I saw it was 4.5 hours long at 8 o'clock on a Friday night, I was like, no. Of the few that I did watch though, what was it called? I just had a quick look. Death's Door from Devolver Digital. It looked quite interesting. Sort of, I think you play as like a crow that goes around and collecting souls, almost like a Grim Reaper style thing.
Okay.
And just from the visuals of it, looked really good, and the music going with it as well. And then I think it plays something like was it like Hades, like a top-down isometric style, quick action game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked pretty good. And there was a couple others. I'm just having a quick scroll for other than Stalker 2 as well, which I'm quite interested. 12 minutes, obviously. I'm sure you'll talk about that in a minute, Dan.
60
Oh
minutes.
God, yeah.
60 minutes, yeah.
60 minutes. Yeah.
60 minutes, yeah. Well, I told you, I'm going to play it 5 times. That's it. That's my. That's it done.
There was
I'll
one
play
other-
10 minutes of it, don't worry.
Oh yeah. If Dan completes it, I'll be impressed.
So 12 minutes? Oh, I can give you 10 or 9 minutes. Oh, full 12 minutes?
And the other one, actually, I was just scrolling through. Nobody Saves the World from Drinkbox. They're the guys who made Guacamelee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So already they've got my vote of confidence. So yeah, I'm interested to see that. I think I only saw a very brief clip of the trailer though, so I want to try and watch that again. But yeah, them two are probably the ones that stood out for me so far.
So
What about Boyfriend Dungeon? I thought that'd be up your street.
I haven't watched that one yet.
That's got Dan's name written all over it.
Right, yeah, that's what that's probably done.
That's
I'll play that and I'll finish that
oh, you
completely.
damn right you'll finish that.
Oh, I've completed a game. This week.
Yeah, another one. Ian, what about yourself? What are you looking forward to?
Probably 12 minutes again, that was mentioned. Art of the Valley looks really good. That's probably my main two, really. I haven't really... Some of the ones looked a bit... I'll probably get around to it. I'm kind of intrigued by Hello Neighbor 2 because I did the first one. I've done like some of the first one. Haven't completed it. But then I played Secret Neighbor and now it's absolutely dreadful. So
No, we don't mention that game. That game is how that game ever managed to get past any sort of
Certification?
certification is unreal.
it's a little bit creepy as well at the same
A little
time.
bit creepy.
could-
It is.
You can have Manhunt where you chainsaw people's heads off and torture them. That's all fine. That's fantasy. This is a little bit like
This is a pedo game.
It is.
oh yeah.
I
I mean, I
Kids
was
in the
trying to Scott
basement.
Run the issue there, Dan.
Yeah,
but,
I-
you know,
that's-
just,
I wasn't
had-
expecting that.
Well, yeah, and I'm sorry. It's probably the wrong thing to say. So if you listen to this in the car with your kids, I apologise.
Mummy.
it's
Well, it was a
serious.
pedophile.
Yeah, so I played this game and I felt like sick to my stomach when I was playing it. There was just something about it that made me feel really, really, really uncomfortable. And I'm all for, like, I've got proper dark humor. I've got a lot of things can go past me. I've got no trouble with, and I find the funny side to it. This game, however, oh my god, it was just
So
just-
as someone who's not played it, why do you get paedophile vibes from it? Why don't you get? Because
Well-
wasn't the first one like a horror type thing?
Well, it's meant to be sort of horror, but it's really it's just
Yeah.
like
I
an
mean,
old
it's like-
a man kidnapping kids, really, isn't it?
yeah. So it's a man who.
But yeah, as a
kidnaps
kid, you break into the man's
You
Peter
break
man's
in
house.
the man's house,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's just like it's the creepiness of how you turn around and he's just there
He's
waiting on you.
there.
And it's
He's
like,
following you. You know, he locks you in his room, and then you've got to try and escape his room. And then, if he catches you or if he sees you, you can kind of run away. And if you get to the other side of the street, he doesn't come after you, but he just keeps following you and following you.
because the
What he
neighborhood
watches you.
watches there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And then in Secret Neighbor, he pretends to be a kid, and then he transforms into him.
oh, that's
Yeah,
it. So, yeah,
That's even worse.
I'm just watching Graham's face as you're describing. This is getting more and more like, what the fuck?
I was waiting for the sort of the crescendo. He's building up, and then suddenly he catches you, and then he starts diddling you. It's like,
Oh, just,
You don't want to think what he does.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, anything to do with that Hello Neighbor series, I don't want to.
I mean,
know
I
about.
like the idea. I like the idea of the game where it was like this whole mechanic where it learns.
It learns what
pattern.
you do. Yes,
Yeah,
you
it
go to
learns your
that
pattern of
window. He'll
behavior.
always
So
go
if
to
you
that
go through
window.
that window, he'll recognize that and go back to that window as the first port of call.
Yeah,
So I like the mechanics of how it worked, but it was
just
a
weird.
little bit. Aye, a
The
little bit on
presentation
the
was
creepy
a bit,
side.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just mentioned this because it was quite funny.
See-
Because it's really bad. But yeah.
See if they had made like the guy and he's some sort of, I don't know, like an alien or a monster or something, it would have taken the edge off it because it
Yeah.
would have just been a creepy side of it. But it's just this. It doesn't help that the guy is really creepy looking.
He's
to
odd
begin with.
looking. Well, the character models aren't. They're that. It's not claymation, but it's that kind of cartoon style. Big,
Yeah.
oversized head.
was it an old guy then?
Yeah, he's an older
Yeah.
guy. He's got
With a
like,
mustache.
the interesting
Yeah.
bit of facial hair.
Does
Queenie
he have a cap on
mustache.
backwards?
Yes, he's got, if he wore a cap, he would wear it backwards. You're damn right.
Damn right.
So, let's move on with
And
that.
for the people that are listening, he's just taking his hat off.
Yeah, I've just taken my hat off. For myself, I'm quite interested in Stalker 2. That looks quite interesting. There was obviously 12 minutes, which I sarcastically called it 60 minutes, accidentally.
Did they actually show much of 12 minutes? Because I didn't see.
They
lot of
they
different
showed
trailers.
well, I didn't see it, so I went onto Idea Xbox. I went onto their YouTube channel, and they've got a couple of the trailers down on there. So they've got the beginning scene, I think. I didn't look too much into it, so it just gives you what's happened right at the beginning, but it doesn't seem like it's any new footage that I personally have seen.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't think it was either. I think it's just more like, oh, we're still here. Remember us?
Yeah, remember us. The other one as well, Song of Iron, is another one that I'm really looking forward to. I think that's again a single guy developing that game, and that looks pretty cool.
That's like the 2D sort of side scrolling.
2D. So yeah, I think I'm trying to think of a game now. Probably Inside. So I think that kind of from left to right, and it's got sometimes it's got that kind of silhouette-esque look about it, and then it goes into you can see the guy properly, and it's I think you're like a Viking or a warrior.
Say
with
like
axe.
Norse or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
and that looks pretty cool. And I've been following the guy on Twitter. He does a couple of updates every now and then. But those are the games I'm desperate to see. The rest
What was
can be
that
Game
game?
Pass fodder.
I don't think it was at the the showcase. What was that game that got showed? I can't remember what it was. I think it was the very first time they showed the Series X, and it was the one-man studio, and it was like a first-person
Falconeer.
shooter.
Oh no, first person shooter.
Bright Memory Infinite.
Was that the one? Where it was like the one person made it. It was like
Yeah.
it was like a storm was going on. First-person shooter, kind of futuristic. Is there
Yeah.
anything else mentioned about that so far? I know that wasn't at that, but just think of indie games.
The prologue, or I think the version that was already out on Steam launched with the Series X, but it was only about half an hour long because I played it.
Because that game looks gorgeous for a one-man
Yeah.
studio. That game looks better than some games that I've seen on the
Yeah.
One X.
Yeah, this
Generation.
this prologue looked good, but it definitely had some issues. I've reviewed it for the site, and it looked good, but it was a bit sort of style over substance. So I'm hoping the Infinite version sort of ups the game a little bit and brings more to the table rather than the pretty straightforward, pretty rubbish shooting. To be honest, it was fun, but yeah, half hour was enough.
Oh, that's disappointing. All right. Well, that is mostly what happened in the 4.5 hours. Of,
One other one. Sorry, very quickly before we move on. I was just scrolling up with this. I'm sure I watched more than 2 trailers. The Ascent from Curve Digital. Have you seen that one?
I haven't looked at that one yet. That looks. Hasn't that got like a red background and it says the Ascent, and then has is it a Soviet flag or like a?
It's some sort of like cyberpunky alternate history future type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's played like a Diablo style thing, like a dungeon crawler, but you're climbing up this tower. And again, sort of like I said with like Hades and that isometric action, it looks like fun. That's good.
Well, I'm sure. Hopefully, we'll get a few of these copies and then get to
Wonder how
review them.
Yeah. One of them I was quite here as well is Among Us. I wonder how they're going to do it console wise.
Among Us console, God.
Bring voice chat to Among Us. Nothing can go wrong.
That's what I mean. Like, how are they going to do it? It's going to be forced voice chat. Oh my God.
Hey, it's pink. It's pink. Pink is us. Pink. Hey.
Are you just doing that's what Ian did in?
Your mum.
Is that how bad Among Us is? I'm yet to play it.
Among Us is fantastic.
Probably would be.
Well,
if
it's
it was
brilliant.
with
If
voice
it's
chat.
fun.
In fairness, it's like a kids version of what's that game?
Project Winter.
Project Winter.
Yeah.
It's like a kids version of that. Great idea, but like we ruined Project Winter by having a party chat instead of just a
Yeah,
sort of
we got Pete
proximity
angry
chat.
from
Yeah.
guessing that he was an imposter.
Wait a minute, irrelevant about what bloody Pete did. You and your bloody anger issues that decided that I was the bad guy and you had to hack me down. And Graham bloody landmines sitting outside the bloody power station.
You came out too early. You took us both out.
I felt prosecuted as the only Scottishman in the party. It's hurtful.
Well, we had to gang up on you, didn't we?
There's a surprise.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the next story from The Verge. So Tom Warner tweeted out over the weekend, or maybe Friday, I think it was, Microsoft rebrands Xbox Live to Xbox Network. Which I think there's more to this story because in one of the builds, is it the Alpha bit or Alpha Ring builds? They have now, I think they've dropped Xbox Live in terms of the free-to-play games, so you do not need Xbox Live to play things like Apex, Warzone. Yeah, I was thinking I was like Call of Duty. Yeah, Fortnite.
And for party chat as well.
I was going to say party chat was the big one that I seen. I put it in my news this week, and then I dropped it because I thought it wasn't that big a deal until I read more into it. And the party chat was the biggest one for me. The fact that you don't have to have live anymore to be able to jump into a party with your friends is a massive improvement.
Yeah, so was it back in the 360 days where you had gold and silver, wasn't it? And if you were silver, could you go into party chat? I can't quite remember now. I know there was a cap. There was one of them, or was it the?
I think you could only send messages. I don't think you could go into a party.
Yeah.
Yeah, silver limited you quite a bit. I think silver allowed you, as Jimmy was saying, you could send messages, you could interact that way, but you couldn't jump into a party and play games together.
Yeah, so you had to just use the in-game chat to talk to whoever you're playing with. This is quite big because obviously, well, Microsoft, Xbox have been laying the foundations now of we're used to paying for live and all the perks that came with it. I think now them kind of dropping or giving free to play almost all access only increases their brand or their positivity towards what they're trying to push in terms of Game Pass. What do you think? Go with Ian. What do you think about this?
Well, I think they're obviously clearly they're trying to push Game Pass on more people than Gold. But obviously, I guess because of the whole uproar before when they were trying to increase the price, they're trying to do something different now, a different tactic. And see, people seem to be taking it to well at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
If you don't care about other games other than you just want to play like the Warzones and the Apexes, then it's great for you, exactly. But I think quite a few people embrace Game Pass and want to try other games.
Yeah. Jay, were you going to say something before I jump to Ian there?
I was, but I can't remember what it was now.
Sorry.
No, you're right. I'm sure it is very deep and profound, but yeah, I can't remember.
One of the things I was curious about was obviously the party chat. Now you don't have to have Xbox Live Gold, but it's curious they've done that at the same time the rumours came out with Microsoft trying to purchase Discord. Now, if you don't have to have live anymore, why would you use the Discord side of things? I get PC players for playing their Microsoft games, things like that, but it's curious that they're now free to play for your party chat, whereas a lot of people who use Discord for the PC, Switch, whatever it may be, don't have to worry about that for the Xbox.
Yeah, so you say I'm wondering whether they've been talking about. Was it a few months ago? We were talking about Game Pass being everywhere, and there was like a conversation about it coming to TV and whether it be a streaming stick, etc., etc. I'm wondering.
Did Phil Spencer not say he was going to do that?
I think it was one of the I think he said it was one of the possibilities they were looking at.
Yeah.
I wonder now whether they are going to do a kind of. So yes, you've got the PC market. If you buy Discord and it goes ahead, you've got the PC market using Discord. But however, what if all of a sudden then it comes to like a tile on your TV? How are you going to talk to your friends? So now you can use Discord via your phone. Possibly, what if it comes to Nintendo Switch as a tile, and you can play Game Pass via Nintendo Switch? You've then got the opportunity of Discord via your phone to properly talk, and then on top of that, you've got the streaming. Xcloud. How are you going to talk to your mates on Xcloud? You can
join party chat on Xcloud.
You can join party chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And I think the Switch point is the biggest point. I mean, like Nintendo and Microsoft seem to have, I don't know how you would describe it. They seem to have a very good relationship in what they work together with. So, I mean, like,
they want to work together. They don't want
Yeah.
fighting, whereas Sony seem to want to fight with everyone.
Yeah, like if you brought Game Pass to Switch sales would skyrocket and Microsoft's value would skyrocket. I mean, both of them would. There's no one party that would see more benefit out of that than the other. Because if you bought a Switch and you could jump on and play Halo on your Switch, nobody's going to complain about that that's bought a Switch, or they would go out and buy a Switch so that when they're taking their portable Xbox, essentially, wherever they want to go, Nintendo would see the benefits of that. Microsoft would see more people join on an Ultimate. So they seem to have this relationship where they want to develop it further, but they haven't taken that next step.
Just don't play Apex on the Switch. That's dreadful.
I can imagine.
I've heard it's bad.
I tried to do Witcher. Ooh.
Graham, what do you think about the rebranding and us running our minds to?
At first, it didn't seem like a massively big deal. A name's a name. I don't think anyone saw anything more about it. It's the subtle changes underneath it that make the bigger impact. I mean, it's things that they should have done before. I mean, party chat should have been open to all. Free-to-play games should have been free-to-play for everyone. It's just stuff that they should already just be there. It just, as you mentioned, the U-turn from trying to increase the price from Xbox Live to sort of keeping it the same and then taking features away from it. Just, it's like, how far are they U-turning now?
So I wonder whether they had a plan A and B, and if plan A didn't go, they've gone ahead. Because it's not as if they were going to do a U-turn, I think it would have taken longer in the pipeline for a U-turn to happen. Everything just seems to have been flowing nicely.
Their very own dialogue choices. Quickly, decide. Are you going to charge people more or do the right thing?
Paragon or Renegade? Quick, which one?
Which one do I pick?
What do you think, Jay?
I remember what I was going to say, which was on the free-to-play stuff. It's very good that they've done it, obviously, but they were the last holdouts. So Nintendo already had free-to-play. You didn't need to pay for their subscription, as did PlayStation, and obviously PC's free.
Yeah.
So they were the only ones that were charging. So although it's good, they were kind of
Lost.
They kind of brought themselves up to where everyone else was, rather than offering something extra.
Yeah.
So saying it should have already been there.
Yeah. I think we were just in tune to paying that, though, weren't we, from the 360 days?
Yeah, the only thing I would say about the PlayStation side of things is what they hide behind their paywall. I mean, like Xbox, for example, your save's your save. So if you save it to Xbox, that's it, end of story. If you don't have PlayStation Plus, if you had a PlayStation 4 save and you try and bring that to PlayStation 5, doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I think that there's certain things that's hidden behind the PS5 paywall or the PlayStation paywall compared to the Microsoft paywall, which Microsoft have one-upsmanship. As much as they maybe waited a bit longer to get party chat and free-to-play games and things like that, I would much rather pay for party chat than not being able to access my saves if I didn't have your premium service.
Yeah, that that cloud save came in almost round the back end of the 360 era, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think initially you could upload, I think, up to 2 gigs worth of data or something to it, and then when the Xbox One came out, they were just like everything.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Just
It's not
have
a lot
at it.
anyway. Save data is pittance.
Oh,
on
save
those
date's
games.
tiny.
And as you said, Ross, the great thing is you don't have to think about it. You just save your game, or you just close your game, whatever, and it does it for you.
Yeah,
Whereas on the PlayStation, even if you have got the subscription, you still have to manually go in and upload them to the cloud if you wanted
anybody
to
tried
save
to
them.
play anybody played Marvel Avengers on PS4? Good luck to you.
Anyone playing Marvel Avengers in general, good luck to them.
Well, this is true, especially on the PS4.
I played it.
I was shocked, like when I seen that story about how people were having so much difficulty accessing their save for the new version of the PS5. It's just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
I never thought that like Xbox, when they gave their whole smart delivery speech, like, oh, look at this amazing new feature, and you're like, so what? You download a game and it's the game you expected to download. Is going to be.
Everyone's like, "Oh, what's this about?" And then
Yeah, it's
PlayStation's
like-
trying to do it. It's like, "Oh, okay."
Why would it not be the game that I'm trying to download? Why would I want to have an
Excuse
old
me, sir.
version of this?
I see
new
you've
game?
clicked on the next gen version, but are you sure you don't want the last gen version
Yeah.
as
Are you
well?
sure which one you
Just you know,
I mean, it's mind-boggling. Like I started I'll get onto it later on when we're talking about games that we've played. It Takes Two, and played it. I've played it on PlayStation and Xbox now. And when you download the PlayStation version, it's like a 95 gig file. And you're like, that's a big game for being an indie game. And it's not till you buy it and then it loads up the screen saying, do you want to install the PS4 version or the PS5 version? What console am I playing on? I'm playing on a PS5. Great. Let's install the PS4 version.
are you sure that it can run the PS5 version though? Is that maybe it's not
Yeah, it's
powerful
running
enough
fine
to
on
run?
the PS5.
Are you sure the PlayStation 5 can run the PlayStation 5 version though? You might.
Yeah, it's tricky.
You might
But it's just like, why are you giving me the option to install the PS4 version when I'm on a PS5?
Yeah.
Because they got shit space. Maybe it's got less space.
No, there's only like 5 gig of difference between the two of them.
God.
It's just
exactly.
so
Let's fill up this 660 gig hard drive with 2 versions of every game.
Don't. It's a bugbear for the PS5.
You would just
so
do
annoying.
Warzone and your console would be dead, wouldn't it, on the PS5? You wouldn't be able to
pretty
play
much.
it.
Yeah, it's pitiful.
As for Discord, sorry, I kind of got distracted. I don't really know about Discord. I've only used it since you guys have introduced me to it. But from what I see, I think that could be that's a lot of money, though, isn't it? $10 billion.
Yeah,
10
that's not pocket change.
No.
Well, them it is.
Well, wow.
Yeah, but
mean-
they've just forked out 7.5.
7.5 for all of Bethesda, and then 10 billion just
10
for
billion
Discord.
for Discord.
I mean,
Discord is number one for like talking in games, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, the way you can push Discord with your Microsoft, potentially, obviously with rumours mongering here, with Game Pass Ultimate, and, the best place to play is here and here. And if they could somehow integrate clubs, which was like a failed attempt on the...
Clubs was terrible.
Yeah, but all of a sudden you've got Discord where you've got game developers, they've got their own channel, their own, community.
Yeah, so you can kind of talk to them. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
You've all of a sudden got a massive kind of pool. I would imagine the price is so extortionate because of the fact that it's almost, it's free marketing.
If you get
at
any
10
game
billion.
you find that you see recently, like you say, join Discord, and developers and stuff will all be there. Like you can talk to them and go, "Oh yeah, let me look at that into you if there's an issue."
Yeah,
But you know what the other side of it as well is Discord Nitro gives you access to games if you are a Nitro subscription. So there's games that are on Discord. I know it's weird to say games are on Discord, but if you've got Discord Nitro, you get access to games. If you then bundle that in with Xbox, so if you've got Xbox Game Pass, and let's face it, they're going to bundle some sort of subscription that if you've got Game Pass, you get Nitro with it. It might bump the price up from what is it, $11.99 for Game Pass to say $14.99 for Game Pass plus you get Nitro as well. That's another set of games that you're going to get access to that people may have jumped into, but probably haven't because not a lot of people take Nitro unless.
Are they like Steam games then, or are they just general PC downloads? Because
There's a different selection of them. There's some some big indie games on there, and they have had occasional games where it's like a limited version of, or not a limited version, you get a certain amount of time in maybe AA, AAA games, but there's not a lot of games on the Discord Nitro side that you would probably jump into unless you were getting them as part of a package. It's like what we were saying about the idea Xbox games. If they didn't go into Game Pass, you probably wouldn't look at them. But because they're there now, you go, oh, I'll spend an hour, 2 hours having a wee look at these games.
It's interesting, and I'm sure we'll find out shortly whether the rumours are true or the buy is complete.
And speaking of Discord, join
Speaking
our
of-
one.
Do you know what? That was a segue made for a king. Well done, sir.
Again, I don't understand how it works, but apparently we've got one. So
Yeah,
come enjoy.
it's in the show notes. It feels like Ian's drinking one out every time you say Discord.
Ian's turn.
Sponsored by Discord, you just try to sneakily go.
So I've got one more for the news, and this is quite sad. I'm heartbroken. Back for Blood. It's been pushed back until the 12th of October 2021.
Someone in mind what Back for Blood is. Is that discount Left 4 Dead?
Left for Dust.
Yeah,
Left 4
Yeah,
Dead.
can I just before we start
Discount
talking
Left
about
4
this,
Dead. There we go.
before I start talking about this, can I just let you know that these two turds here are
Yeah.
not interested at all.
Are they not?
So I don't
You know,
know where
you're
they
pointing
are.
to me.
We're
and Ross
down
there.
this way.
Yeah, so there's one there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
down
you're
that
going
way
the
then.
wrong way
One
around.
right over there.
Wait a
That
minute.
way.
Oh no, that way.
Other way.
Yeah.
Did you play Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, it's
Unfortunately,
absolutely dreadful.
Oh my god.
It's such a bad game.
We see
Well,
what I've got to
actually-
put up with.
Well, actually,
So
no, hang on.
without
They,
sounding disrespectful, next week's episode will be a 3-man podcast because apparently 2 of them have no taste in games.
can I stay, please?
Go play your pedo neighbor game. I ain't playing. It.
That was Dan. Dan got me into that.
Yeah, not through. That sounds so wrong. Right. Anyway, let's.
I got you through it.
Can we get back onto the trail of Back for Blood? Right. Yeah. So it's been delayed. I'm quite sad about it. I would assume Jamie and Ross, you guys are sad.
I'm sad in the respect that I need to wait a wee bit longer, but did any of you play, or did the 2 people that have sense in games play Strange Brigade?
Yes.
That
So
was
Strange-
the Insomniac one, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Strange
Yeah.
Brigade was very Left 4 Dead. Like, there was a group of yous, you had to go through levels, kill a amount of people, get to the end boss, kill that boss, get to a safe house, next level.
Yeah.
It was good. It wasn't that great. So if they want to take a bit longer building up what Back 4 Blood's going to be, I'm fine with that. But as long as the end product's not this side to Strange Brigade instead of over here at Left 4 Dead.
What was that other one we played? Me, you, Jamie, and Graham and Pete. The really bad kind of Left 4 Dead one. The Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
No, it was.
No,
Not Dead
What's
Island.
no, not Dead Island. No, it was
Dead
a
Island was fantastic.
Oh, World War Z, wasn't it?
that was it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not like World War Z?
That was dreadful as well.
I don't think
I
I was
just
on
li-
when you played it.
You're lucky.
just-
really lucky.
Yeah,
you
no, I
were.
think it might have just been me, you, and Pete. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
played
just
one
like
level.
the
I was like,
fact-
I'm done. I'm on this.
It was actually interesting zombies for a change instead of this whole
Yeah, I enjoyed the
touching towards
mechanic.
you.
At World
It
War
was
Z
the,
when they
like,
went up the wall. Could you see them in
Exactly.
the mall? So they went
in the
up.
movie.
Yeah, and went up and went up and went up and all climbed up, and it was brilliant.
All
Climbed
right.
up on each
So,
other.
so now that I know, can we play a game of either World War Z or Left 4 Dead or something and leave these guys out of it?
I'm game
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, wholeheartedly.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
We can get Pete involved because he loves it as well.
Get me Left 4 Dead with a shotgun to take on the what they called what's the screaming ones? Is it witches?
What's the
Yeah,
fat ones?
just throw me in a room with a shotgun with a witch. I'm happy. Just you two do what you need to do. I'm taking that bitch down.
Did either of you get to try the Back for Blood beta when it was on in January, or whatever?
No,
it was?
that was PC only, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think was it you that put out the video of
Yeah.
what you put? I watched that and I was like, wow.
Well, I mean,
mean,
I'm very
everything-
good at video games, but you don't need to.
I say, don't click.
It's like that. Oh, yes.
Every,
Are you sure you watched Jamie's gameplay? That's not what
wasn't-
I would call wow.
I wasn't meaning about the survivability of the player. I was just meaning the fact that they took everything that was good for Left 4 Dead and they added for it. So like the gun mechanics, how like the reloads and how the guns look and things like that are so much nicer than what was in Left 4 Dead. So as long as they keep up to the same sort of idea what Left 4 Dead was, it's D1 for
It
me.
literally is Left 4 Dead, but with
Yeah.
different characters because obviously they can't use the Left 4 Dead name and stuff.
I think they're going to change their tune after they play a few games with you, Jay.
I was going to say,
Maybe.
is it because you were playing with Jay, the game was terrible?
The Molotov straying fucking pain in the ass
Oh,
one.
Oh,
yeah.
what's this over here? Oh, it's a medkit. Oh, I'm dead, guys. I'm dead.
I
Dead.
like
Guys,
to
I'm dead.
explore
What
and
are
I
you
like to
doing
set
over
things on
there?
fire.
Piss off the
So-
witch every time.
No, I never pissed off. I was always Pete or one of you.
No,
lot.
No,
I
it was
never-
always you.
That was never
See,
me.
that-
I was always too far behind.
That was me.
Too
I
far
was
ahead.
like, oh look, there's a witch there. Let's go and shoot it in the face with a gun. See how that ends.
God.
Yeah. No, I can't wait. They
No,
said
when I
they're
was
doing
getting
like
too far ahead, I'm like, I'm gone. I was like, just want to finish this level and get over with.
they're doing
like
an
miles ahead.
open beta, aren't they? At some point before.
That's
launch.
going to be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
We'll have to try and get on that. But,
I
yeah.
think the only good thing is
Washed
we
my
kept
hair that day.
turning those big guys. I can't remember what they were called.
Boomers.
Boomers.
The boomers.
And we kept changing it, saying like their music sounded like the GoldenEye track, and then we changed it to Bonkers by
It's
Dizzy
bonkers,
Rascal.
isn't it?
Excellent.
Because it would go do 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 do, and we just kept just singing the GoldenEye tune every time they appeared.
Du-du-du.
You knew when one was coming.
Bonkers.
Oh God, I can't wait.
Did you guys play the adversarial? I can't say the word. Adversarial mode.
Oh.
So-
Yes, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Where you got to play
Yeah,
as one of
see,
the
I love that.
specials.
Oh, I never did that. Oh,
yeah,
it
you
makes
got to
me
play.
sad.
What was the really fast guy that used to like sit up on top of buildings and like jump down on top of you? Stalker or Hunter or
That's
something?
a hunter, wasn't it? Yeah.
He was fantastic to play as.
Just so he leaps and so screams as he jumps and starts smashing the
Yeah.
shit out of him. Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
played that
yeah.
mod many a times.
All right. Well, now we know what we need to do one night for a tavern stream. Then play some Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead. Here we go. Right. I'm going to move on to the next segment of the show. Questions. And we've got a couple, which has
look
confused
at
me.
us.
So we've got to talk about our...
Questions confused you.
they have.
Yeah,
So
it's easy done.
it's easy done. So we're doing our day 3 of this video game challenge, aren't we?
Mhm.
So we're going to do it as a quick fire round. Okay. I just want a game that is underrated. We'll go with Jay. So Jay, give me a game that's underrated.
Oh, I don't know. Lollipop Chainsaw.
Lovely.
I love Lollipop Chainsaw.
Never
No one
played
talks
it.
enough.
And
No one talks enough about it.
I've
So
got a
good.
Is it like those volleyball games?
No, it's like a zombie apocalypse, and you play as a cheerleader who's got a massive chainsaw as a weapon, and her dead boyfriend's head strapped to her waist
Oh
who she's
my-
trying to bring back to life.
What's
And
that
it's-
film that's like that? Sucker Punch or something?
I don't know, but it's
that's
by
terrible.
it's by what's his name? Suda51, the guy who did No More Heroes,
Okay.
and yeah, it's bloody brilliant. It's the only one on backwards that's not on backwards compatibility that I wish was at this point because it's so good. It's so much fun.
I'll have a look at that one. Let's pick Graham. Go on, give me an underrated game.
I can't think of something that's massively underrated at the moment.
Underrated for
ones
you
that- Well, because I have to stick with Yakuza. I don't know how that slipped me by. I'm still cracking on with those, and
Do you- I
they're
heard
so
in
much fun to play.
what did I hear? I think on Major Nelson's podcast they were talking about Yakuza, and they were just saying that it's amazing how now someone's tried Yakuza and they're just like banging out the whole the series, and they're surprised
Yeah.
no one's played it.
When I heard him say that, I didn't instantly thought of Graham.
Me too.
I feel so annoyed that I've missed out on the whole train of it. They're just so much fun to play.
Right, you've still got like 5 games to go, Grace. So you're all right.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting towards the end of Yakuza 0 now. Then I'm on to number 2.
Is it
Which is
six
the third
that's
in
just came in the
series.
Game Pass?
Yeah, I know.
You're all coming to
So
Game Pass.
painful.
Yeah.
I think 6 is coming out soon, isn't 5 in?
No, 6 is already out now. 6
Yeah,
is out
one's
Wednesday, I think.
one's just come out, and then you've got the other one out
There's
whenever
there's
that comes out.
Judgment, which is like a spin-off coming out at the end of the month, but I don't know if it's coming to Game Pass. And then obviously Yakuza 7 isn't Game Pass yet either, but you got time to get to that one.
Yeah, I know.
You'll be on 4 or 5 by then. Ian, underrated game.
The Escapist, does that count?
Oh, fantastic game.
I'll give you that. None of these games I've played. Anyway, moving quickly on. Ross?
Probably thanks to the fantastic people at Xbox Tavern, Killer Queen Black. I had an amazing time playing that game. That would have been a game that I'd have looked at on like Games Pass and go, nope, scroll past it. Played it for that one night, and it's fantastic. It's an amazing game, especially when you've got Dan trying to stab you in the backside with a sword.
So I was wondering if that was the only reason you enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, that's why I liked it.
Anytime you get to kill Dan is fun.
Well, this is true, yeah.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
What about you, Daniel?
So
What's yours?
my
completed
yeah, I was going through my completed games. I am going
All
to
three of
go.
them.
It's a game that he's done the tutorial and he's happy.
I haven't completed it. I'm going to go with an underrated game, and my underrated game, I think, is Avengers because of all the flack that it has got.
Can we kick him from the stream? Is there any way to do that?
Yeah.
The whole stream will go down if you kick me. That's the trouble. I think the story's. I think the story's all right. I'm enjoying the story. Okay, so certain bits are a bit samey, but for the story, the game is all right. It's good.
You know what my biggest issue with what you've just said there, Dan, is how many of the Avengers or how many of the Marvel comics have you ever read?
Dan, read.
Well, I was going to say I looked at quite a few of the pictures.
Yeah. So my point is, you've not really read the Marvel comics. That's why you think the story's pretty good.
Okay.
You ask somebody who's played or read the Marvel comics, the story sucks.
Okay, that's fine. I'm enjoying. I'm taking in. I have enjoyed this story.
No, it's bad.
Who's your? Who have you enjoyed playing as?
So
Which characters?
for me, so far, I prefer the Hulk, just because when I play him, he feels like a melee god. I've just been last night. I was playing as the Black Widow, and I like the fact that she can go invisible and stuff like that. But the Hulk just seems a lot better, and you can button smash the Hulk. Iron Man, I've got a level with Iron Man, and I don't like his range attack because it's always kind of trying to think. His energy meter goes down, so if you fire too many rockets or too many lasers out of his hands, you can't do it anymore. So I am all about punching and smashing.
See, to me, that's what sums up what's wrong with Marvel Avengers. If Iron Man isn't the best character to play as in the game, it's not a good Avengers game.
That's fair enough. I'm holding out for Captain America. Part of it got spoiled for me, which we'll talk about that a little bit later. So I'm highly annoyed by it.
Have you unlocked Batman yet?
Yeah, Batman's coming. He's DLC.
That one's next one.
Batman and Superman, they're DLC. They're coming soon.
Good.
Question for you, Dan. Have
Go
you
on.
played Marvel Ultimate Alliance? Not the Switch version, 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, on the old 360.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
played that?
You want to speak to this man? Hang on.
They're amazing.
Down
They
here.
were
I
great.
put so many hours into those games. And
Yeah.
I was Iron Man in the first one. I was Iron Man in the second one. My mate was Captain America. You used your uniform or your UMI beam off the center into the shield, take it out of everything.
Yeah, take
game,
everyone
set,
out.
match, done.
Nice.
The fact that you can't do anything like that in Marvel Avengers tells you that it's a bad game.
So I never played those games with anyone else. I always played alone. So stuff like that I missed out on.
I played that on alone as well.
Pull one out.
I was rocking Doctor Strange in the Alliance games though. Doctor Strange
So
was
I
a
went-
beast.
Oh,
What did I
Strange
do?
was good.
I did Spider-Man just because I love Spider-Man.
I like the fact that you could get group bonuses. So if you had like Fantastic Four, you got a boost.
Oh yeah.
If you were the new Avengers,
New
you got a
Avengers,
boost. Or the Young
yeah.
Avengers, sorry.
X-Men.
Exactly. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
So you do that on the Switch as well. I do like that.
It was
Fire
game is-
your
Which game is Harry Potter in?
He's in that
doesn't
pedo
exist.
neighbor game.
I was like, he's the guy that the pedo neighbours try to catch.
Yeah.
I thought he lived
Kids
next
dressed
door.
up as Harry Potter. Trying to touch his wand.
Oh my god, that was terrible. I need to censor that out. Right, we got 2 questions in Discord. One from Sweeney. Thank you very much for your question. So he has asked, "What game do you
2
wish?"
from Sweeney.
2 from. Oh, it is double. Yeah,
2 from Sweeney.
2 from
Double
Sweeney.
bubble.
Double bubble. So what game do you wish you could pick up again, having never played before? His was San Andreas. The soundtrack, customization, the missions, the rackets was pure class. So if you could pick up a game, and I suppose really it being wiped from your memory and go again, what would be the game that you would love to experience? Just one
Before we
more
answer,
time.
just on the Project Winter conversation about who was it that had a lot of issues with the Scousers?
Oh, well, we've not issues with him.
Sweeney is the most Scouser you could get.
So you're saying he plays Project Winter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was probably one of the ones that you hated.
It wasn't an issue with him. They were just everyone else was one.
Was everyone we come
What
across was
room
the
you
Scouser?
going?
They were everywhere.
Scouser.
They've taken over.
Set location to
It's because
Liverpool.
they're all sus of each other. No one trusts anyone in Liverpool.
Oh, God. Right. So go with
I'll go
Graham.
first.
Oh, go on then.
Mine would be easy too. Mine would be going on the Grand Theft Auto theme. Grand Theft Auto 3. Third one on
Three.
PS2. Classic.
What
But
was
Grand Theft Auto 3 was the best one.
I'm trying to
I
think
can't
of 3.
remember 3. Oh, 3 was the. Oh yeah, I remember 3.
Not
My
4.
hands are all messed up, so you'll need to drive.
No.
that.
Yeah. Or Hitman franchise again.
Oh, God, yeah, man.
Are you talking about the new Hitman or the old Hitman?
Well, see, I got into the new Hitman, and that got me into the old Hitman. I love the
Because
whole thing.
Blood Money's the best one out of
Yeah.
all of them.
That's something, yeah, because I played the first one, that's in the new Hitman. Then I liked that one, and I went back and played all the old ones. So I guess you could
Have
say
you
all of it in general.
Have you completed Blood Money?
Yes.
Have you done the extra bit at the end mission?
Yeah, well, you wake up.
You know who you're talking to, yeah?
I got playing
checking.
games, not Dan.
Well, that's just true. I thought it's just association with the fact that he never completes games. That's all. I'm sorry.
If there wasn't an achievement at the end, he wouldn't have completed it. Right. Moving on. Graham.
If we're talking non-Xbox games, then it would be Fantasy Star Online. I would need another game if that was the case. But if we're talking Xbox ones, probably Oblivion. That's a first real touch of Elder Scrolls that I probably got into because I couldn't do Morrowind beforehand. That I just couldn't get into that one. But Oblivion was just proper deep and obviously just hours and hours and hours of a game you just didn't want to put down.
Tremendous.
Nice.
Absolutely tremendous.
Jamie, what do you reckon? What's your...
Well, I would probably go with...
No, you can say Pikmin, aren't you?
No.
Oh,
Ocarina
I
of
think I've
There we
already-
go.
Ocarina of
Graham's got it.
Ocarina
Ocarina
of
of Time.
of course. Ocarina of
Because
Time.
that was...
The one where you can't even jump in the game.
That was like something that just like blew my little mind when I was, what, 14-ish? 15-ish? Something
40.
like that?
I feel like I'm about
43.
to sign myself off the podcast by saying I've never played a Zelda game.
All right, well, next week's going to be a two-man show then. Yeah, Ocarina of Time, or either that or this little-known game. What's it
Burning
called?
Rangers.
Resident Evil.
Oh,
You've heard of
I knew
Resident
that
Evil?
was coming.
Oh, fuck's sake. of course.
No, yeah,
I'm not thinking about it.
definitely Ocarina of Time. I loved that. I never played the Zelda before that, and as I've probably mentioned before, I got the Zelda Ocarina of Time on a Friday. I started it at like 11 p.m. and I didn't stop until Sunday at 9 p.m. It was so good. I just sat there the whole time. But then I was a lot younger then, and I could do that sort of thing.
It's got the stamina.
The stamina.
Oh, absolutely incredible. Yeah, I absolutely love that game. But yeah,
Is it no responsibilities back then?
No, that's the same with Fantasy Star. I think I played it for 16 hours solid, only stopping for food and getting back on it.
Yeah, same with me with Grand Theft Auto 3. Just play from start to finish all the way through. Don't even think about it.
Sounds like Championship Manager for me. Ross, what's your game?
The single greatest game ever made, Mass Effect 2.
Ah, see, I was going with that.
The first 10 minutes of Mass Effect 2 is the greatest cinematic experience of any game ever existed.
Bold statement.
So,
You have went from falling in love with Commander Shepard, and then in the first 10 minutes you see him blown out a spaceship in the middle of space to just float through the earth, and you think, Shepard's dead.
they've done it.
What the
They've
hell?
killed him. Those
What
monsters.
the hell? And then, boom. No game has ever started as good as Mass Effect 2. So just getting that first experience of they've killed Shepard. Can't beat it.
That for me, Mass Effect 2 was Mass Effect 2 was just one of the first games that I had that kind of RPG-esque feel and like plow through it. How old was I?
40.
No, get out of it. No, I was so I was working as well. So I think I was working
30?
shifts as well. Yeah, 30 maybe.
I was 20 or 21.
Yeah, so I
when
could have
Mass
been about
Effect 2
28. So I remember playing it.
You're not that much older than me.
Well, no,
8
I'm not
years.
that much.
8 years.
Well, there we are.
A walking stick.
But I remember sitting, and that was one of the only games that, apart from obviously FIFA, was the only game that I kind of sat and just kept going and going and going and wanting to play more of. Yeah, back then, all it was play FIFA, play 10 minutes of a game, sack it off, go back to FIFA. But that game pushed me and kept me wanting to play more and more and more. So I'm quite looking forward to when Mass Effect does come out, so I can play 10 minutes and go, "Oh, I didn't complete it, guys. Sorry."
Yeah. Mass Effect's the only game that or Mass Effect series is the only game I've ever played where there is more than maybe one or two characters where you genuinely concerned about their well-being.
Yeah. Yes. It's. I don't think any game has. Not any game. Games have struggled to keep that connection or give you that connection or that you wanting to make sure they stay alive. I think in most games you're a bit like, if my buddy dies.
Yeah, the one you actually care about. I didn't play the first Mass Effect until literally like maybe a month before Mass Effect 2 was coming out. So I got
I'm the
quite
exact
lucky.
same.
So I was
I
quite
had
lucky. I
never-
got to finish complete 1, and then literally 2 was around the corner. So I got to play 2 like pretty much straight away.
I was exactly the
nice.
same. I had never played 1 until 2 was a couple of weeks due from launch.
Yeah.
And the bad thing about it was I'd never heard about it until Mass Effect 2 was launching, and I seen a couple of trailers for that, and I was like, oh, this game looks pretty good, but it's obviously the second one in the series. Jump back in, found Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 1 was terrible, and there's no two ways about it. It was a great story. It had amazing characters, but to actually play Mass Effect 1 was an
Hard.
absolute nightmare. It's painful trying to play through Mass Effect 1. And the fact that it was that good based on how terrible it was to play is a testament to how good that game is, or how good the series is.
It didn't have the best like combat mechanics, did it? But I thought it was
Didn't
still
have the
pretty-
best movement system.
I'm gonna
The
always go
menu
back.
system as well was a pain in the ass, wasn't it? Trying to figure out all the attachments and the weapons and the loadouts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to upgrade your weapons and your skill tree. It was like, what are you doing to me here? Just give me a gun, tell me what I can put on it to make it better, and tell me where I need to go for my skill tree instead of this 13 different options that you had with bars that went 20 levels across. Just give me a skill tree, just an actual physical skill tree that I can see. I can see where the patterns are going to go instead of this just generic list that you can go through.
Make it easy. I'm going to leave his second question.
Oh,
So we'll get back to it. We're going to go. Kaninch has dropped one as well. So
Oh.
Kaninch has put, if you could if you could create your own video game, what genre would you go for?
Visual novel.
What, where you just press the button?
What was that one that Dan played that he loved?
Language of love. No.
Language of
that's
Love,
you.
that's what it was.
No, that's Ian. Yeah, Ian's the language of love lover.
No.
Ross, what would your genre be for your video game?
Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah, he's just coughing his guts up. So we'll go with
Shit in
Graham.
bed now, aren't I?
yeah, it's probably going to have to be an RPG. I've loved them, a lot of them. I'd have to be making sort of a real in-depth RPG.
RPG, nice. Jay, what have you broken?
Oh, Jay's dead.
Yeah, Jay looks like he's
Jay's
dropping
dead.
out.
He's
Well,
in
I'd go.
prison mode.
I'll probably go
Oh, geez.
stealth. Me, probably.
You'd
me.
go start. Well, yeah, I suppose that's a given, isn't it? Hitman lover.
Well, yeah, like
I'll
Dishonored
return now.
style.
Yeah, you're
Dishonored
back.
style, probably.
Okay.
Dishonored. Hitman-esque.
Hitman-esque. Okay.
First person stealth. There we go.
First person stealth. Nice. Jamie, what's your?
What was the question? Because I kind of missed half of that.
Okay.
Well, I missed all of that pretty much. I don't know what happened, but my network shit the bed. So
So Kaninch has asked if you could create your own video game, what genre would you be, or
Okay.
what would you go for?
Light gun shooter.
Like gun shooter.
Damn right.
Of course.
Don't do this to me, Jamie. We need to go back to that podcast.
Best times. Greatest podcast of all time.
Building on what Graham said, a sci-fi RPG, not a fantasy, but a sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, it'll go sci. I have to go sci-fi. Wait.
Oh God. And for me, what? God, just
An easily
Can't say
completable
FIFA.
game.
no,
Yeah.
just dead. But actually, no. Management
Rest
sim.
of
A
Like
well
one.
game that takes 30 minutes to
Worth a
complete.
like.
No, mine would be-
Scroller. 2D side scroller.
No, I would go back to basics, and it would be a
Oh, yeah, that's it, yeah.
management type game. It would be some sort of form of championship manager back in the day. So it'd
Dan,
be a
how
sports
much
sim.
have you played Football Manager this year?
Not a lot, but championship manager, I was the Don.
But that
Why?
would
My
that
granddad.
would be your game that you would recreate, but it's a game that you don't
The-
play, even though it's free on Game Pass.
Because I've got too many games to
A
play.
game based on databases. He's living the
Yeah.
dream.
This
I
boy's
could
got
complete
20
databases.
pace. He's got 20 pace, and he's got
Called Excel
15.
spreadsheets I can do.
And if I do shit, I can reload and play it again.
Yeah, oh yeah, you always save
thing,
after a game. You always save after a game because you don't want to lose a game.
Like
You want the
before a
perfect
game,
season.
you're doing it all wrong.
That's the thing. I'm mocking Dan for his choice of games. In the last 3 years, I've probably got about 2,500, 3,000 hours in the Football Manager series, so I can't really say anything.
I was,
you
I
need
was
to go
about
and
to ask
game
which you prefer, Championship or Football Manager, but I guess that kind of answers that
Manager.
question.
No, Championship Manager. I had weeks in that game. Never mind hours.
That was the best. I
The good thing
used,
about Championship Manager was you could start a game at 8 p.m. at night, and by 2 o'clock in the morning, you had finished 4 seasons.
yeah.
You try and do that. You try and do that in Football Manager. You start a game at 8, and you maybe have got pre-season finished by 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how long it takes.
When I worked at Game, we used to get people asking me, "What's the difference between these two?" You're asking the wrong person entirely.
This one's
That one's such a
£20.
pretty
pounds.
database.
One's called Championship.
What's
One's called Football Manager.
One's on football, the
I
other's
don't
on
see the
Well,
difference.
this one's by Sega, and this one's by some other. And I
Was
think
it EDOS or
they-
ED?
Sports
someone?
Interactive.
Yeah. Oh God.
literally
Superb.
where we are.
Superb.
They couldn't have picked a more wrong person to ask.
No.
No, you're right.
We'll go back into Sweeney's. So, what game? No, we've read that one. Do you wish there was a bigger online scene when you were in your teens? I loved everyone getting around the couch era, watching friends battle it out in FIFA, Pro Evo, Need for Speed, Tekken, proper trash talking, poor gamemanship. He remembers like knocking controllers out of people's hands. What a sod.
You got to give him the dead arm as well, ain't you?
Yeah, well, that
yeah.
and punch him dead leg as well. He says he thinks the kids of today could do with that.
Definitely.
No,
Picking them up all
they could go when I used to play Xbox. My mum was the most elusive woman on net in the world.
I miss the times of going around people's houses and like the old Nintendo where you have them both plugged in. You're both sitting there playing Street Fighter, and then you're kind of peering over, and he's like, "How did you do the spinning
no,
bird?"
no.
No, the worst one is FIFA where you get penalties.
Oh,
yeah.
No. FIFA, think of apparently like this. The best one was like
can't do
I
your
never
shit.
thought I never thought it was a big deal until I started playing Halo, and these people who had like put sheets like so the TV was up here and the other TV was down here, and you had a sheet between the two of them so you couldn't see their map where they were.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just go out in Graham's house. We have 2 TVs.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we did. We had 2 TVs, but one was under a sheet, so you couldn't look at their TV to see where they were on the map.
I always said
rooms.
they're in different rooms. One's in the dining room, the other one's in the front room.
Go back
But
to
no,
that.
You
like,
just shout abuse to each other. Come through the rooms.
there is nothing better than both of you sitting like, oh, what was it? Winner stays on. So you had 2 controllers. One person stayed on if they won on FIFA or Pro Evo,
Yeah.
whatever it may be, and then the controller just passed around the room.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about this online. Oh, let's play a game online, and you lose, and then there's no real meh to it. You just play another game. Whereas if you lost, you're like, oh man, there's 7 other people that need to play until I get a shot again. I need to make sure I don't lose.
Do you remember the arcade days where you'd put your 50p or your 20 pence, and there'd be like loads of stacks across?
Your shillings.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
shillings.
shillings, penny,
then- Stone tablet. Yeah, and you just have to wait until you're like, is that my 20p? That hang on, right? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
My go. And then you lose, and you're like, fuck's sake,
The
what a
bane of that
waste.
era
Back
was
in the
always
queue.
cables.
Oh, yeah,
The fucking
cables
cables for the
cables.
controllers, the cables for the
Cables.
aerials.
Yep.
Fucking back in that era, you had to get the aerial just right, or else the TV pitch would go shit. Or you're playing with someone who had the despair throw when they go, oh fuck, pull the whole console out,
Oh,
knock all the controllers
Yeah.
down.
Jamie.
It's like you had the SCART cable, and you're like, all right, so I need to put the SCART cable in. Then you had the red, white, and yellow cable, and that syncs up to your audio, and then that's fine. You've got the picture from the console to the TV. Great. How are you going to get internet? All right, we'll put the Ethernet cable in. Or if you were one of the original Xbox fans, you had to get a wireless adapter that was plugged into the USB slot because it didn't have a wireless adapter built into the Xbox. Plug that in, and there you go. You've got your internet, and then your cables plug in the front of the Xbox to get your Xbox controllers. It's a difficult life.
Cables.
The
everywhere.
Xbox were the first person that took in consideration of the rage throwers, because they had those little interconnector bits where if you rage bit, it split the cable.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're only hurting yourself, dickhead.
Luckily, we didn't have any mobile phones around that time either, eh?
But the
Oh,
redundant thing was they put that on there, but the Xbox One was so fucking heavy, you wouldn't have pulled that thing off even if you wanted to. You
Oh,
needed
no,
four of
that
you to
was-
pull together to pull that beast off the side.
That's not moving for anyone. Oh yeah, it's a shame. Hopefully, kids will get back to it.
Yeah, it's definitely better to have a group of people in one place in it than playing online.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh yeah, like couch co-op, couch versus couch, whatever games were better than this whole sitting on a headset online. If you could do like a group gaming session, it's far better.
Just hide your phone if you play with Pete.
I was gonna say,
Do you
you'd
think-
never witnessed that magic otherwise.
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
do you think they were only saying this because of lockdown, not being able to go in other people's houses?
Yeah, it's mainly for kids anyway. I mean, the adults, online play is a blessing to actually play with your friends online, because you just don't get that time to head over to your friends to
Yeah.
play games like that. Whereas kids get that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. Like, see if I wanted to play like our Game Pass, our Project Game Pass game, like there's no way that I could play with Use 4 because I'm 300 miles away from probably the closest one to use. So that's like a good upside to that. But if you're playing on like your other side, where you had your close group of gamer friends, playing it in the same room is so much better than trying to play it on a party chat, for example.
I suppose rubbing it in when you beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Having that
91st
awkward
minute goal.
silence
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the awkward silence as well. Oh,
where someone's lost it.
Oh,
oh, oh.
You got the other guy hiding
You
behind
look
the
at someone
controller
else
laughing.
Yeah, they're cheating. Someone's cheating and they're raging.
Yeah. No, brilliant. Great questions. Keep sending them in, guys. If you want us to answer your questions, you can go over to Twitter and you can at Xbox Tavern us or join the Discord. We will mention Discord a few times.
we have a new channel in the Discord specifically for non-Project Game Pass related games.
Chris, yes. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And then we're going to jump into Project Game Pass. So Killer Queen Black was our Project Game Pass game. Guys, what were your thoughts? Jamie, how did you enjoy Killer Queen Black?
After waiting so long to actually get to play it with people, I thought it was fucking brilliant. Yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of it sounded complicated when I heard about it. Like you got the 3 ways to win and you got the different roles to play. But after the first game or two, I think we settled in quite nicely. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I've played it. I think I played it with, was it you, Graham, Pete, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Since we all played it together. And yeah, definitely want to try and play some more if people are up for it, you know, over the period of time, because yeah, I thought it was absolutely excellent. Our review is just published actually while we've been live here, and got a 9 out of 10 I think it deserves, because yeah, absolutely excellent.
Good laugh, good fun. Yeah. Good
Yeah.
fun.
It was, as you say right at the beginning, that 3 ways to win seemed a bit confusing, but once a game or two went by and you could understand the mechanics, it was amazing. It really was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, like the night that we played it, it was great because you had like you had Ian who knew what he was doing while the rest of us were jumping around like heedless chickens. And it was great because you had like Dan flying around trying to be the queen, trying to stab people on their backsides.
That was terrible.
You had Jamie and Graham who were trying to like get this caterpillar across the line. And like, if you want to, you had somebody like me who was just like, Berry.
But
Berry.
Stealthily do it, yeah. It's good fun.
It's like you
don't
before
notice
you know it,
anything.
it's like, oh my god, the guy's got 9 berries, he only needs 10. Let's start killing him. But it's no. I can honestly say since probably the start of 2020, it's in my top 5 of one of the best games I've played in the last year and a half. It was a fantastic game and a great laugh to play in a group.
And again, that was only with the 5 of us as well. If we had the full 8,
Exactly. If we had the whole 8, it would
players.
have been chaos.
I think that's the only downfall. It's a shame we had odd numbers. If we could have got that full squad or at least 3v3, it would have been a giggle and a half. Well, even more of a giggle.
Yeah.
Graham, Ian, do you want to add anything to?
No.
Yeah, it's just important that the queen has to be a half decent player. Otherwise, you're going to be locked out.
No, it doesn't. Dan played as the queen and he did respectable for Dan's gaming level ability.
I think
He only
it's
respectable when you were the other queen, unfortunately.
Yeah. Some managed to kill Dan as a soldier. So.
Well, I'm sure every time I was a queen, I had 3, so my team was stacked.
Me and Ian had to play without a queen.
Yeah, that was
that
weird.
was
You're
Yeah.
right.
That was a good round.
Well,
That was a really good round.
We nearly
even
won as
still,
well.
You wouldn't hear. You only beat us 3-2 in the end.
I think that was my fault.
One of those
like,
rounds you cheated. You blocked up all the pods so he couldn't be anything.
Yeah.
In fairness, we had Dan, so that's pretty much a man down anyway. So it was 2 on
Yeah.
2.
I think we got a bit of hubris going on, going, we got this easy, don't worry. And then you just sort of start kicking our ass like, we better actually try.
It's better try and block the holes.
Yes, I think that was my fault as well. I think I pressed A too quickly. But anyway, good game. Reviews out. There is a video on YouTube as well of the stream. So if you want to go take a look, enjoy. And what's our game for this month? Because no one answered my question in the show notes.
I put it. I do have the show notes.
I kind of tried to push for this one because I think it'll be really good.
So we added it because Fed is joining, and we're going to do Fallout 76.
Fallout 76. We'll get on that. Oh, God. I'm excited to play Fallout 76.
You sounded.
Dan,
Yeah.
trust me on this, right? When you're in a group and you're playing Fallout 76, you will love it.
Okay.
It's not the ideal situation jumping in by yourself, but in a group, you'll have a great laugh.
All right.
As we discussed in our lost episode, we got to do a couple of groups, didn't we? We can't do 5 of us in a single party. Is that right?
No, so we could do it. What I was reading it into is we could do a 3 and a 2, for example, or if there's anybody from the community jumping in as well, depending on how many people we've got, we can do. I think it's 4 people to a group. So depending on how many people we've got, we can do the groups. But what we can do is we can invite them into the same world. So, say Dan was in a separate group than I was, I couldn't go and revive him, but he would be in the same world that I was already in.
Okay, so
So
go
we
as a posse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just
we could-
face 2 different
we could-
parties.
Yeah.
The same.
Yeah, we could group up and it would limit what we could do in regards to interacting with each other, but we would still all be in the same world. So
Cool.
it's still going to be the same sort of experience that every group that joins will get.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Fallout 76, here we come. In Game Pass already, so get it
Yes.
downloaded and
You can play with us if you want to play.
come play. Yeah, definitely.
All DLC, or I say DLC, all events that they've added will be obviously included because it's a Games for Service game.
Good. So let's talk about the games we played this week. Jay, let me know. What have you been playing?
Oh, me, nothing this week really.
Oh,
I've this week has flown by. The kid was ill earlier in the week, and I was ill as well, so didn't really get to chance to play then. So all I've played this week is one review game, which was Paradise Lost, which is like a first-person puzzler / walking simulator. It was alright.
Say walking simulator.
In City, yeah, they're cool. So you literally just walking through the environment, experiencing the story, and every now and then there's like a very straightforward puzzle to interact with.
What's the national park game that's like that? Is it Firestorm?
Firewatch.
Firewatch.
Something? Firewatch.
Firewatch,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah,
One,
that's
one,
a
I,
mold.
one I haven't played or I want to play.
Oh, fantastic game. Play that definitely. If you like,
Really, really good game.
Yeah, but yeah, Paradise Lost is like an alternate history game. So it's like if World War II lasted another 20 years, so the Nazis is kind of they haven't won necessarily, but the war was just carried on and just destroyed the world. So they built massive bunkers, kind of like Fallout, like the big underground sort of shelters for people, and they invite all the most important people there, all the scientists, all the politicians, all the people with sort of stuff to contribute, as it were. And then they basically train them up to be militants and to create weapons of destruction and stuff like that. And you play a boy whose mother's just died, and you go into one of these bunkers in search of answers on who your dad is, or who you think your father was there or he is there, whatever. And yeah, it's good. The story was really good, but it's so slow. Like walking simulators are known for their like snail pace, but this takes the piss. Like there's no run button, and the character you play as, I think either his legs are tied together or he's like forgotten how to walk or something, because it's tedious, so tedious to get from like the story point to story point. We walk in a corner, there'd be like a long corridor, and it'd take you like 3 minutes to walk down this poxy corridor. There's nothing to see or do in the meantime. You just walk into the end until you get to the next story, or you get to a room with a puzzle or something, which is a shame because, like I said, the story is really good and the puzzles and stuff are really enjoyable. It's just so tedious in between those points.
So yeah, it does sound tedious, doesn't it?
Is it spoilers and your dad's Hitler?
No, spoilers. He's not Hitler. But you know, like in Wolfenstein, where they explore like the Nazis trying to sort of resurrect the dead and trying to develop super soldiers and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's sort of along those sort of lines. So they're experimenting with electricity to power people up and using people as like resources, basically, rather than humans, if that makes sense. But yeah, won't go into too many more spoilers. But yeah, the actual story and all that is really good. It's just really, really slow to get there. But other than that, I've been playing one other game, but I can't talk about it yet. So
Embargoed. Ian, you've started playing something.
something.
Some
Narrows it down.
indie game that we don't know
There
about.
we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I started finally because my competition's over. Cyberpunk.
Excellent.
What's up?
How you been getting on with it?
Just really enjoying it, to be fair. You know, I've had a few. I mean, I had one or two glitches, but apart from that, it hasn't been quite, I guess, smooth as you can call it. But yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. Pan is life.
Pan Am's life. What? I can't even remember what the backstories were. Which backstory did you go for?
Was it crypto? Is it? Maybe my. What's
The
this?
street-
So I started
Street-
as well.
Street Kids, Nomad, and
Corpo.
Corpo. That's
Corpo.
it. Crypto. Corpo.
I started-
That's it. Corpo.
I've done the mission where you are. I basically got up to the point where you get the girl out of the bathtub, or you find the girl in the bathtub.
Quite early
And
on,
I've
yeah.
stopped,
Mm.
but I went the corpo route as well.
Yeah, likewise.
Popo.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's got my stealth love, which I have in it, so I'm playing it as much stealthy as I can.
how are you
It's a
finding the stealth?
stealth.
Because I thought it was fucking terrible. The stealth.
It can be quite dreadful, yeah. But I think if you stick with it and you actually upgrade your like points, so you can like make them blind or turn off the cameras, it's not too bad. But after a while, when you get caught, it's like I'm not going to reset. I'm just going to fucking kill them all.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how you think once you get further in on the stealth, because I thought I did pretty well at upgrading my stealth stuff, and it was just dreadful.
Didn't have
Because
it.
I've played it most of the week. I've actually haven't got that far at all. I think I'm still like Act 2 maybe.
You'll find that the side missions, there's so many.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm not even hitting the main story. Like I'm still nowhere near them. I've got
I
a
didn't
few.
realize there was a stealth element to it. If I'm honest,
I think that's what they're trying to push, but I think most people just went guns blazing.
Yeah.
That's the way
The-
to go. You shoot them.
The skill tree is really confusing, I think, as well, isn't it? Because there's so many options, and it's not really clear what does what until you get really far into it.
Yeah, I found that bit as well. I keep forgetting to upgrade my stuff, so it's only till like I go for like a mission and it says like you need 7 out of 8 of this intelligence tree. I go, okay, cool. And we can upgrade that. So I upgrade to 8, and then I go back and go, oh, I can talk to her now. I was like, but I always forget to do it.
Yeah. I saw that you've put. This makes me laugh. Rec Room. How? Why did you play that massive
Achievements,
pile
of
of
course.
pooper? Yeah.
What is Rec Room? Because I seen
It's
the name and then I
shite.
seen a sick face next to it. I was like, does he mean it's really, really disturbing, or does he mean it's that bad it made him want to be sick?
It's that bad. It's like discount Roblox.
It's yeah. You go into a room, don't you, to play? You just go into
Yeah.
rooms and areas and
Just play random games like shooting and like paintball and
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. Really, it's just that bad. Just got the
terrible.
achievements on our way.
This game is a PSVR game.
Yeah.
And in PSVR, I really love it. It's really good fun to muck around in because you can play like paintball and you can play darts and bowling and
Yeah,
loads of stuff. It like I said, like Roblox, like there's just so many different things you can play in, and it's really good fun to sort of get into while you're in the VR. But I can't imagine it working on the Xbox, and obviously, as you said, you don't really think it does.
No, it's dreadful.
I remember
If
playing
it's,
it. It was
if
bad.
it's like Roblox, why does it not work? Just out of curiosity.
I just think it's just the execution. Really, it's very confusing at first. And they say it's meant to be for VR, so you press start and it all comes up in your face, and you kind of got to move your analog stick to go where you want. So you can tell they just basically ported it from the VR to controller.
But it's free.
Because there's
It's free.
quite a few games in Roblox that are really quite fun, even for an adult. So I was thinking it could work, but if you're saying it's more VR orientated,
It
then
is terrible.
Yeah.
It is bad.
Yeah, if you've got PSVR, definitely give it a go because again, it's free on there. But yeah, I can't imagine it would translate very well to non-VR good.
And then is your other game a review game?
Yep, other games, review games on the website now. It was meant to be out Thursday, but Jamie took so long to put it up. So
Can I? You said I've halfway put it up, but it's not finished yet.
no, I said I've finished the page. I put the review up for you to read. Potato.
Yeah,
Actually, enjoy. It's one of those games where it's, again, Dan hates it because it's stealth. But it's one of those games where I found myself. I really enjoyed it, but I could only do it in short bursts. I don't normally get that for games. But I feel like I play a couple of levels like. Can I put it done now and play something else? And I'll go play something else and I'll come back to it later, like another maybe a couple of hours later or a day later and do another few more missions and then go, that's me done now.
You gave it a good score, and it's like a Western.
Yeah, Western adventure. Because I think the graphically is good and the storyline's all right.
Yeah.
It's just one of those games where even though I enjoyed it, it was one of those ones where I could only play in short bursts.
What sort of gameplay is it? I did read your review, obviously, but is it like a? It's not like a 3D adventure or anything. Is it like an isometric adventure or something?
It's 3D, so where it's like top kind of sort of like I guess you call it top down, but not really top down. It's sort of like
Isometric, isn't it? Then
isometric. There we go. That's the word. Then. It is isometric.
Okay.
But yeah, but it's like there's no killing or anything. You're just basically because you're a little boy. I guess you're not going to kill anyone.
It's not turn-based, though, is it?
No.
You're sort of moving in real time.
Yeah, you move in real time, and obviously it's kind of it's classics. The guard will move up and down, and you can tell. The guy moves up, you wait. The guy moves down, you go. No. It's not going to be one of those ones. It's not either too hard or taxing.
yeah, not complex at all.
I never completed though.
Okay, and it's we didn't even say the game's name, so I'm going to make you introduce it.
El Hijo, a Wild West Tale.
Oh, lovely. So the review's up on the site now. Graham, what have you been dabbling in?
Well, steamrolling through Yakuza 0, trying to get the next one done. I'm on chapter 14 now of 17, so I'm getting there.
Have you considered playing a good version of Graham? This game called Shenmue.
Don't play
No.
Shenmue.
No, I don't want to play the Poundland version of Yakuza things.
Do you want to be a farmer? Play Shenmue.
No. And yeah, the other one I've been playing is the review game that's not embargoed, which I've just given to Jay to put up now. Which is
Yeah,
called
it'll be
Black
up tomorrow.
Legend. Yeah, Black Legend. It's all about Martin Luther King. No, it's not. It's nothing to do. I don't even know why they call it Black Legend. It's bizarrely it's set into like a 17th century sort of city called Grant, which is based off of Northern Europe, but everything's kind of in a greyish colour. Like the whole buildings are grey, the background is grey. It's just very grey, and it has some really suspect voice acting. I put it in my review. I did. It sounds like they roped in a family member to give it their best effort. Like, hi there. I'm not really sure if I should be talking to you. Just really sort of half-assed. To sort of, is that
Work
the best they could
experience.
do with this one? It's just, yeah, it's like either don't have it or do it properly. Just, yeah, it was just a bit half-assed on there. It's a shame because the combat is like a tactical strategy one, sort of XCOM style, and that bit is done quite well. Yeah, the combat I enjoyed. That kept me engrossed. The storyline pulled me in and then just spat me straight back out once you sort of realised what was going on. It doesn't make too much sense, and after completing it, the ending made even less sense. It was just yeah. I don't know why they did it. They thought it was a twist, but the twist just completely folds in upon itself because it
That's a shame.
it blows away how it introduces it.
Implodes.
Yeah, I can't really say it without spoiling the whole story bit. But it was a very, very stupid decision, and it kind of that made the story almost redundant. But other than that, the combat was good. You can mix and match skill classes with weapons like you can like Final Fantasy Tactics games and stuff. It's quite cool that way. But they didn't put a lot of side missions in the game. I think there was about seven side missions, and the way they stretched it out was there's no maps in the game, there's no waypoints in the game. You just got signposts to try and find your way around. And with everything grey and buildings, it's really hard to navigate. And yeah, it's just a shame. Yeah, it just needed more missions, better missions, and yeah, not an unbroken storyline, and it would have been all right. I mean, I completed it. I played it through to completion, but yeah, they just should have finished it properly.
Did you resolve your issue you messaged me about?
Yeah, that's why I didn't mention it. They fixed. There was 2 bugs in it beforehand. There's a certain area that if you walked into it, you dropped through a hole that you couldn't get out of. Literally, you were stuck into it. You couldn't jump or climb your way out of a little inbuilt cul-de-sac area. If you went certain bit, you just fell through the ground. You couldn't get out, so you had to reload to get out of it. And they also broke the end bit after completing the game. You go, do you want to do New Game Plus and play it on a harder difficulty, or do you want to go back to main menu? Regardless of what you clicked, you couldn't get out of it. It was stuck. But they fixed that in a updated version, so I didn't mention that because they fixed it.
Good, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and you say the review's going live tomorrow?
Yeah, it'll be up tomorrow at some point, yeah.
Nice.
Or Tuesday, maybe.
Say on time or what?
Yeah.
Is there anything else, Gray, you want to add or play or played?
No, it's just been that. I've been trying to sort of steamroll through Yakuza, really, trying to get. Oh, actually, no, I have been playing. I think it's called Dragon's Dogma. I can't remember what it's got a bit after the end. It was like
Dark Arisen.
That's the one, yeah. It was like Capcom's version of Dragon Age, and not executed that well. It's all right, but it's just confusing at times. They just made strange choices, but it's not terrible, but it's not going to be one to remember. But it was one of the recommended ones, same as Mad Max, that I wanted to play through. But yeah, I'm churning through that one, but slower because it's not as fun.
That's terrible. When that
Isn't that one got co-op? Sorry, hasn't that one got co-op?
Yeah, there is. There's you basically. I don't know if your friends play as pawns, is what they're called. They're just like your group. Your group people are called pawns. And yeah, I think other people play as them in your game. But yeah.
Oh, interesting. The pawns.
That's
are
what
here.
I've been playing this week anyway.
Ross, regale us.
Couple of different games for me this week, actually. Remnant from Shadows. From Ashes, not from Shadows. Dark Souls meets Guns meets online co-op. Fantastic. Really enjoyed it. I hadn't realised that the website had actually reviewed it as well. I think it was a 9.2 on the website. Fantastic game. It's not a game I had ever heard of. It was on. I don't know if it was. I can't remember. I picked it up on PlayStation Plus and then moved across to the Xbox version, playing it online co-op with a friend. Great game. Very, like I say, Dark Souls in regards to the difficulty with the bosses and things like that. Try to think. The levels aren't that difficult, as in going from boss to boss. It's not that difficult to get to the bosses. The bosses are Dark Souls level type difficulty. Art style is it's kind of like Dragon Age or Dragon Age 2. So your movements are very similar. But no, really good game. Good for I think it's a 3-person party game. 3 different classes you can go. So I'm playing it with 2 people just now. But no, I was pleasantly surprised at how good the game was. It Takes Two, that new one from, I'm trying to think who it was. Was it A Way Out?
Joseph Ferris.
Hazelight Studios, isn't it?
Hazelight, that's the one.
Anybody who wants to play that, if they want to play it with their wife, don't. It's an instant divorce.
Oh no, I was supposed to say.
Like, there's no. My missus actually said to me, "Do you fancy playing It Takes Two?" And I said, "Yeah." But my game share partner said, "Do you want to play It Takes Two?" I was like, "Yeah, cool." So we started it, played the first 2 hours of it, and went, "We can never play this with our partners if we ever want to stay in a relationship, because it is you're completely dependent on the other person. So if the other person is not a gamer, yeah, you need hard alcohol to play it." But from what I've played so far, I think I don't want to say they're bosses, but the 2 stages that we've completed based on the main bad guy of that sector, it's a fantastic game. It's absolutely amazing. The way that they've done it is it's a step beyond what A Way Out was. As much as A Way Out,
Would you say it's better? Or...
Oh yeah, definitely. So far, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Storyline, it's not going to be as good with the whole way that the 2 of those prisoners interacted, but the fact that A Way Out didn't really depend on what the other person did, as much as you could see what they were doing, your actions were sort of independent of you. Whereas It Takes Two is, if your person isn't doing, or if your opponent or co-op partner isn't doing what they need to do, you can't progress. So it really needs good team.
Is it split screen, or is it on like one screen, but like Unravel 2, where
It's
you
split screen, yep. So you can see everything that they're doing.
Okay.
So very similar to A Way Out.
Does it do that kind of as it pans in and out, so it focuses on character
Not
one?
really, no, because unlike like I was saying, unlike A Way Out, your actions dictate what the other person can do. So it's not like you can go off on a single person tangent. So it's not like they can take over the whole screen, because whatever they're doing, you need to react to what they're doing. So just to give you an example, there's a part in the game where you pick up tools, and one person picks up a hammer and the other person picks up nails, and the nails become like a gun. The person that has the hammer can't progress unless the person with the nails sets out like a course that the person can travel along with the nails. So unlike A Way Out, you really need to make sure that you're working in sync.
Yeah.
Otherwise, none of the 2 of you can do what you need to do.
Okay.
But like I said, I think I'm maybe 2-3 hours into the game. Fantastic. One of the best co-op games I've played in a long time.
I've been surprised by how positive the reviews have been, because he was quite bullish before it came out, when he like, if you don't like it, tell me and I'll give you $1,000.
Yeah.
And so far everyone's been like, we fucking love it.
I would be shocked if you didn't enjoy it. Honestly, it's like
okay, I'll definitely check it out. Then I might pick it up.
It's the artwork is very basic. You're basically a doll, is the only way I can describe it. But it's irrelevant to how it looks. The actual mechanics and the gameplay of it is top notch. It's a fantastic game to play.
I'll check it out. Cheers.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pick up now on that. You just did a review. Do you want to quickly whiz through the...
Yeah, Tennis World Tour. I can imagine not many people are tennis game fans, but from somebody who played Anna Kournikova's Smash Court Tennis, Virtua Tennis, and exactly, why would you not be? Well, the thing is, without sounding bad, Russians put on a blonde female who plays tennis. It's not nothing to do with her tennis ability, it's just how good she looks. Anna Kournikova, Maria Sharapova. Let's leave it at that. But it's been the best tennis, or one of the best tennis games I've played since games like Topspin. So I was quite happy that there was an actual game that was looking at tennis as a serious game, not like the Nintendo Wii tennis or the you know what I mean.
Tennis.
Exactly. So good game. Few things that it could improve on, but it's definitely a really solid tennis game for people who like the genre.
Excellent. And that's be on the site sometime this week.
It's on the site just now.
Oh, just now. Missed
Yes.
it. Had the page up. Okay, brilliant. I'll go super quick. So I've been playing Marvel Avengers. I wanted to
Okay,
check
moving on. How's everyone doing today?
Yeah, so what's on the next one then?
So I wanted to see the upgrade. I wanted to finish another game.
Is there much of a difference, Dan?
I think there is. The really frustrating part is as you first load into it, it has all the characters around the war table. Captain America's there. Spoiler alert. So at some point, I guess I find Captain America because he disappeared or...
You mean he didn't really die at the start of it?
Well, yeah, or died. So I'm going to be finding him at some point, which was annoying. But other than that, yeah, I'm enjoying it. That will be finished hopefully next week. So that's another game I can shoot off the list. I like Avengers. That's it.
How many games is that you've completed this year, Dan?
Only 2 so far. I've got one that I've half baked.
That's a record, to be fair.
It is.
I've been really generous with my 4. Bloody hell.
Exactly.
Well, A Way Out, I'm halfway through, so that's going to be done soon.
Is that with Naked Stepbrother?
That's with the Naked Step.
Ah, yeah.
Anyway, right, I'm going past this. Naked Step Brother. So if you head over to YouTube right now, you have Ross's weekly news stories.
News dump or
News
news
dump.
story?
Well,
New dump.
The new dump is out.
Thanks for that, by the way.
That's all right.
Don't put hard effort into this for your dumps.
I didn't give a dump. Anyway,
Who
so
made him host?
I don't know. Take it away. Take it away. On the site right now, as Jamie has said, we've got Killer Queen Black is up on the site. Tennis World Tour 2 is up on the site. El Hydro is up on the site as well. So go check them out, please. Would someone like to go and do the games with gold? I love the
I'll do
silence.
this because I haven't
thank
done
God.
it yet.
Go on.
So on Xbox Games with Gold, we have Warface Breakout, which is available from March 1st to the 31st. Vicious Attack Llama Apocalypse, which is available from the March 16th to April the 15th. And we have Port Royale 3, which is available from the 16th of March to the 31st.
Yeah, and unfortunately, at the moment, they haven't announced what the games with gold is for next month. So it will probably be on Monday, won't it? Because that's sod's law.
Of course. They need to up their game this month. They had a good month because they tried to rob us. They had a terrible month now. So they need to gain some favour and have something really good for this month.
I hope so. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see Monday afternoon when they drop it. So that has been...
They'll probably punish us and give us Resident Evil 5.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear. I
Yeah,
wonder
some sort of
who
Resident Evil
who
game.
would be happy. I wonder. Where is he? Is there...
You got them all already.
Yeah, no, I'm fucked here. Speaking of Resident Evil, actually, do you know it's the 25th anniversary?
No,
This
nobody
week.
cares.
Oh, why not remind
So, you know, I was going to wait till right at the very end, but you know, you brought it up now. 25th anniversary, Resident Evil, amazing! I
What
can't
did
believe
you
it's
do
been
for it?
25 years. What did I do with it? Nothing, because I was too busy playing other games and being ill. So I missed it. But yeah, 25 years since the first Resident Evil.
Did you know if you head over to Insert Coin, you would have got one of the Resident Evil t-shirts or shirts they had.
I tried to order one of the Resident Evil hoodies and it didn't have it in my size. I was heartbroken because it's super cool.
same.
It was the blue Raccoon City one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I saw
like,
the same one.
I was waiting for that one as well, but it went out my size too quickly.
Yeah. I was like, God damn it.
Damn.
Don't blame me.
Right.
I didn't. You clearly have some guilt in because I didn't say anything.
Right.
Anyway, 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
What are your favourite Resident Evil games, Graham?
Well, the first one is the only one I've completed. Oh no, I completed 5 as well, but yeah,
Ian.
first one.
2.
Cool. Dan.
5.
The other man, Ross.
Resident 5.
I mean, really?
He
If you asked that
How-
question, you deserve it.
You disgust me, all of you.
Re-
All right, carry on, Dan.
Resident 5 was
What?
fantastic.
2 was good.
Not you.
Okay, that's fine.
5 was fantastic. 3
5
was
was
good.
dreadful.
6 was shit. 7 was amazing. 1 was good.
5
What was yours,
one of the
Jay?
worst ones. I don't know. 6 was pretty bad, actually.
Two.
6 was terrible.
All of the various versions of 2.
Okay.
Best.
You think 2 was better than 3? I just loved
Yes.
Nemesis.
No, 2 was better.
Oh, Nemesis is pretty cool, yeah.
Tyrant was cool, but Nemesis was badass.
I haven't done the remake of 2. I've only played the OG of 2.
Apparently, the remake of 2 is fantastic.
The remake of 2 is one
apparently,
of the best games ever.
apparently someone Xbox Tavern gave it 10 out of 10.
I know, and
Even though it was flaws.
he should have given it 11 out of 10 because it's perfect, more than perfect.
On this note, I'm going to
On this side note,
close this show. Right. Thanks for tuning in. For more Xbox Tavern content, please follow us on Twitter and on Facebook at Xbox Tavern. See all our written reviews on xboxtavern.com. Check out videos and content on our YouTube channel. I'm not going to go through all the rest of it. If you want to follow us on Twitter, I've been Chocolatebear80. Jay has been Ian Axan. Ian, Nutty Ray. Graham Reaper. Ross is Chaotic UI. I'm going to say goodnight. Say goodbye, boys.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Take
Hello.
care. Bye.
Hello.
Time Crisis Forever. And stop.